Hey guys, Nick Passalacqua here from Passalacqua and Associates. We represent people who've been charged with a crime or who've been seriously injured that don't deserve to have their life ruined as a result. Now, today I want to talk to you about driving and prescription medications because we've recently seen an increase in clients who've been wrongly accused of DWI simply for taking their prescription medications. Now, in New York, that's called a DWAI drug charge, or driving while ability impaired by drugs. So here's our top 4 things to know about driving and prescription medications in New York State. First, understand that under New York DWI law, the term drug means any substance listed as a controlled substance under the public health law. That law includes an extensive list of substances such as narcotics, stimulants, depressants, opiates, and things like that. It also includes many very commonly prescribed medications for pain management and mental health conditions such as anxiety and depression. Even Adderall and testosterone are on that list. Second, if you're in an accident or stopped by police, they're going to ask you a series of questions. One of those questions will probably be whether or not you've taken any medication that day. If you indicate that you've taken any prescription medication, they may call in another officer called the DRE, or a drug recognition evaluator. These officers are not experts. They're simply officers that have been given generally about 72 hours of training and are then asked to run you through a 12-step evaluation to determine what precise substance they believe you may be under the influence of. Now, these officers are simply doing their job to the best of their ability. The problem is they've been given insufficient training, and the evaluation that they're performing, quite frankly, is junk. And these officers often have little to no medical training sufficient to make the determination that they're asked to provide. And always remember, you have the ability to refuse to submit to this DRE evaluation, no matter what the officer tells you. Third, if you're like many people I know, you may use a weekly pill box to organize your medications. Heck, I remember my grandmother having a small metal pill box that she would load up with her medication and throw in her purse for timely administration throughout the day. But you have to be aware that in New York State, if you're found in possession of a prescription medication outside of its original container, such as the pill bottle that it was given to you in, you can be charged with a misdemeanor crime. And unfortunately, we help people out of this all too often. Now, I'm sure all of us would raise our hand if asked who could say with certainty they would never drive under the influence or while intoxicated. But how many of us could say with any degree of certainty that we won't be wrongly accused of a DWI, especially given what I've just told you about prescription medications? So the fourth and most important thing to remember, if you or someone you love have been charged with a DWI drug, or the misdemeanor of having a prescription medication outside of its original container, is to contact an experienced criminal trial law firm immediately. The attorneys at Passalacqua and Associates have decades of experience helping hundreds of people through these exact type of allegations. Give us a call today and let us help you through this complicated process.